Maction on a Wednesday night. Northern Illinois takes on Ball State on the road. The Huskies are 0-2 and have allowed 89 points in their first two games. The Ball State Cardinals are 1-1 after a 38-31 win over Eastern Michigan last week. These teams last faced each other on October 5th of last season, with Ball State winning 27-20 on the road. That broke a 10-game Northern Illinois winning streak. The line has moved slightly toward the hosts in this one, extending their perceived advantage according to the line as the week has gone on. Ball State opened as a 9.5-point favorite when the lines came out, and, as of today, it's now favored at 14.5 points at the majority of sportsbooks. 67% of the bets ATS are backing the Cardinals in this one, despite giving slightly more than 2 touchdowns at home. The total for this contest has dropped a little bit this week. After opening at 63.5 points, the total has fallen to 61.5 or 62 points, depending on your choice of sportsbooks. A narrow majority, 53% of the bets on the total, are expecting this contest to wind up falling under the total. The temperature at kickoff is expected to be in the low 40s for this contest under clear skies. The temperature will actually climb a couple degrees into the mid-40s as the game continues, with the real field temperature remaining in the mid-30s. There is no precipitation in the forecast. It will be a crisp evening in the Hoosier State, but a good night for college football. Winds are projected from the south around 10 miles an hour, with the gusts topping out at around 13 miles per hour. Last season, Northern Illinois allowed 28.2 points per game and ranked 4th overall in the MAC, giving up 386.5 yards per contest. Not bad numbers, and with 6 returning starters, they should have fallen that far. In the first 2 games, they've allowed 395 yards per game and 208 yards rushing. But it goes deeper than their rushing defense. They've also had 4 lost fumbles and 7 overall turnovers in their first 2 games. In a 40-10 loss to Central Michigan last Wednesday, the Huskies were down 24-0 in the first half, as they allowed 2 58-yard touchdown passes and didn't score a touchdown until there were 11 seconds left in the game. Quarterback Ross Bowers completed just 16 of 32 for 139 yards, with no touchdowns. The only touchdown was thrown by senior Andrew Haydett, who has played sparingly in his first 2 games. The Huskies were also held to 74 rushing yards, and that was a question mark coming in. They averaged just 141.1 yards per game on the ground, which is ranked 92nd in 2019, and have averaged just 115 yards in the first 2 games, rank 110th. On a good note, linebacker Kyle Pugh recorded 14 tackles and 1.5 sacks against the Chippewas. Obviously, this falls squarely on my shoulders, said NIU head coach Thomas Hammock after the game. I take full responsibility for the way we played. We have to play better. It's unfortunate. The way our kids have practiced and got themselves prepared, at the moment we are just not reaping the rewards. We have to be better on offense. We have to be able to move the ball. We have to be able to stay on the field on 3rd down. We have to be able to score in the red zone to give our defense a chance. That's a lot of have-tos. Ball State opened their schedule with a 38-31 loss at Miami, Ohio on November 4th. The Redhawks scored the game-winning touchdown with 10 seconds left. The Cardinals lost despite producing 478 yards and 130 rushing yards from Caleb Huntley. The senior, who rushed for 1,275 yards last season, came back with a big game against Eastern Michigan with 204 yards and 3 touchdowns. He helped lead the Cards to a 38-31 win over Eastern Michigan on November 11th and scored the game winner with 6 seconds left when he rushed it in from the 1-yard out. Ball State ran for 304 yards total and passed for 232 in the victory. However, the defense struggled, giving up 250 passing yards and 227 rushing yards to the Eagles. Those are pretty hefty numbers. When the guys came in last Thursday, the focus was great, the energy was great, the attitude was great. I'm really proud to see their hard work pay off, head coach Mike New said after the game to BallStateSports.com. It was a battle. The game ebbs and flows, and the one thing we make crystal clear here is we've got your back. Overall, Huntley has 334 yards in just 2 games, while QB Drew Plitt is completed 56.1 of his passes for 541 yards with 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. The defense is allowing 449.5 yards per game, with 269 passing yards allowed per game, which is ranked 102nd, and 180.5 rushing yards, which is ranked 79th. They are averaging a whopping 507 yards per game, 15th, 270.5 passing yards, which is 32nd, and 236.5 rushing yards, which is 15th. So, who am I going with? Well, let's just say Northern Illinois used to dominate this series, but that was then, and this is now. The Cardinals are the more explosive and dynamic team, and they have one of the best running backs in the MAC in Huntley. Even with their struggles defensively, they are facing a Huskies team that got destroyed at home by a Central Michigan team that is comparable with Ball State. I just don't see the mistake-prone Huskies being able to compete in this one. I'm going to lay the points. Let's go to Ball State, which is now, it was 14 earlier. I grabbed it at 14.5. Still, Ball State minus 14.5 over Illinois is the play on this one. Good luck to you if you do decide to stick with me on this pick. If not, good luck whichever way you choose. A couple of people asked me, do I ever have like sides or totals? Totals, once in a while. But for these games this week, so far I've liked the sides. So I'm going to stick with the side on this one. Ball State minus 14.5. Just a friendly reminder, please do like the video, click that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more daily content.